Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm knitting with my pokers again. I haven't got much more of Dagry's cardigan to do. Just got to finish the side and I'll be able to sew it all up. But in the meantime, I have happy meal today. I'll put my knitting down. So I have not opened it yet, but a lady called Valerie, got that right. A lady called Valerie asked me, she had some navy wool that she couldn't knit, and if it was any use to me, would I like it? So I said yes. She said, I do not knit with dark colours like that in the night time, but I do in the daylight time. So anyway, this is my happy meal. And I did have to go down to my local delivery office to get this parcel. They said they tried to deliver it yesterday. I was in all yesterday morning and afternoon. I didn't go out till 6:30 last night. Anyway, I was sitting knitting. It's in my living room. The living room door was open into the passage, and just behind that door is my front door. Well, I got up about 3 o'clock to make myself a cup of coffee, and I could see along the passage from my kitchen, because the kitchen's at the end of the passage, and I looked along, I could see this card in my door. I knew by the colour of it, it was from the post office. It was the red round it, and I thought, well, you know, I've been in all day, and I knew it's a parcel that they couldn't deliver. And when I took it out of the letterbox, it said 2:10. They had tried to deliver this parcel, couldn't get an answer. And I thought, you know, my hearing's not the greatest, but it's not that bad. I had a neighbour came in yesterday morning. I heard him knock all right, and he didn't knock very loud on the door. So this post person, whoever came to deliver this parcel, must have just knocked very slightly. Didn't hear anything, so just put the card in the door and went away. So anyway, I had to go down to the office to pick it up this morning. I was telling the fella in there, you know, and I said, will you tell them next time they're going to need parcels for me to knock hard on the door? He was laughing, you know, because he knows me. I've been there quite a few times to pick parcels up. But I'm going to open it up now. I think I'm going to have to cut it. Nice scissors. And it has got Happy Meal written on the back there. Everybody writes Happy Meal on the parcels. I think that's how the postman knows what everything is that's coming here. Oh, there's a little card inside. To Sheila, hope you can use this navy Aran wool. Thank you for your knitting videos. Love, Val. I could just eat that on there. Lovely cake, look at all that creamy stuff on there. Just what you don't need when you're trying to lose some weight. Now I do not have very much Aran. What I've got lately is just what I've had for orders and that. And this is Luxury Aran by Sheila, and it says machine wash and tumble dry. This must be the label that was on it. Val sent the label as well. And it's 100% acrylic. I'm glad about that, because you do get some acrylic, or so much acrylic and so much wool. I cannot wear anything if it's 100% wool. I have had things over the years that's had a little bit wool, maybe it's about 70% acrylic and 30% wool. I can wear those, but anything that's 100% wool, I can't even knit. I think I knit a cardigan for Dagry, and she sent the wool to me, the first cardigan I did for Dagry in the United States, and it was pure wool, and it was absolute hell knitting that. cardigan for her. It took me a long time, because a lot of people don't realise if they send me the wool, they don't realise something, that I'm allergic to wool and I cannot wear it and I have trouble knitting it. My hands were actually sore and I was getting like rash on my hands when I was knitting with it, so I was glad when I was actually finished with it. But I can knit with a little bit. If it's got a little bit wool in it, it's okay, but this is 100% acrylic, so I'll be okay knitting with this. And it'll go. I do have an odd one or two. I have a little bit red in Aaron, and I have well, the cream that I have Janet's cardigan to do. There'll be some of that left over. And I do have some brown actually that I started cardigan. I was going to put on my shop a long time ago. I'll have to get that one finished as well. But I'm taking a look at this, take it out of the bag. But this had cost Val £4. You know, I looked all over the internet when I was looking for Aaron for the orders that I did have, and I could not find any at that price. I'll have to take the name of this one down and see if I can find it, because that's a good price for £4. It works out 100 grams, £1 for 100 grams. It's a nice colour navy as well. It's not too dark. There's some navies you get and you kind tell the difference between black and navy. So this one's going to be lovely to knit up, Val. So thank you very much for sending this to me. I'll probably do some child's thing with it. Probably put it on my shop. I'll wind that around there, and it's like I said, I will have to find out the name on here, and if I can find it anyway. I did have some Aaron that Claudette sent me, and hers was a good reasonable price as well, but I cannot remember the name of it. But I could not find it on the internet. I looked everywhere, in all places and everything. I could not find that either. But never mind, I'm going to have a look for that one, for the name on there, to see if I can find that one. And a little bit more information. I was out last night. I went to my bingo as usual on a Thursday night, and I've been telling you about the trouble I've been having with my knitting while I'm talking. The little bit trouble I've been having with my neighbour parking his boyfriend parking his car over my drive, either at the very edge of my drive or on my drive. Well, I was hoping to catch him if I had seen him come, because he usually comes on a Thursday. I wish my screen would stop going bright. He usually comes on a Thursday and stays until Monday. And that van that he comes in usually never moves. He parks it either at the very edge of my drive, or sometimes he's parked it over onto my drive. And it was the last straw on Sunday, when I couldn't get my car out, and I had to and I couldn't get an answer at their door, and I had to ask my other next door neighbour to move his car so I could get out, and that was the last straw. So I parked my car outside all week until Thursday, and I was hoping to catch him, because he usually came before I went out when I was going to my bingo, 6:30, and he usually came before that, because the last few Thursdays I've had trouble getting out. But this week he never came at 6:30. He wasn't here at 6:30. But when I came home at 10:30, that car was parked on the very edge of my drive again. The van, not car, it's a van. And I thought, this is the last straw. I've just had enough of this. And I pulled up onto the green, and I could see I was sort of facing my drive, and I thought I might have been able to get in, because my other next door neighbour had moved his car back a little bit, but he can only go so far back, because he has to be careful for his neighbour next door to him on his other side for their drive. So I parked up, I got out of the car, I slammed the driver's door as hard as I could to make sure they heard. And I always put my bag on the back seat, because my friends usually sitting in the front seat when I take them home. So I opened the back car door to get my bag out, and I slammed that car door as loud as I could. Went across to go home to get into the house and realised I'd left my house keys in the car, which they're on a key ring thing, and I just put them in the well in the car, and I'd forgot them to pick them up. So I had to walk back over to the car again, opened the driver's door, got the keys out and slammed the car door again. And then I went into the house. But before I was going to go out, I was going to take a picture. I got my phone out of my bag and I was going to take a photo exactly where that van was, and then I saw the lights on the van. And the van reversed up backwards outside her drive. So the only thing I can assume is he's been the one that's doing it. She maybe's not had no say in it. But they've realised when they've heard me slam those car doors, they realised I was in a bad temper, and if I complained to the council, it would not look very good on her tenancy, because she hasn't even been in a year yet. And when you move into the council house, when you're a new tenant, you have to behave yourself for 2 years. And I was going to put a harassment claim in to the council, and it's antisocial behaviour. That's what that sort of thing was that he was doing. So I think she maybe's realised that, and I think she made him come out and shift the van. And anyway, it's all right. It was still parked up outside her drive this morning. I was going out to go to pick that parcel up, and he came out the house at the same time, and he just glowered at me and got in the car and drove away. And I've never seen the van the rest of the day, so I've just moved, and every time I move my screen goes bright. But I'll be watching to see what happens, and hope with a bit of luck she sent him packing, because she didn't seem the type of girl to me that would do that sort of thing, but like saying, maybe she's never had no choice over this. Well, he's a new boyfriend, I think. He's not a usual boyfriend. Well, I don't know whether she had a boyfriend before or not, but he's new anyway. He's been new the last few weeks, and it looks like she's told him what I said about asking people not to park so close to the edge of my drive, and he's just taken it upon himself to show me what he thinks of what I've said. But I do have, when I go to my bingo, one or two, they are working girls. There's only me and my friend are the only two pensioners. The rest are all still working girls. They're in the maybe late 40s and 50s and that. And one of the girls actually works on the universal credit side of the benefits. And I was telling her about what was going on. And she gave me the phone number to ring and tell me exactly what to do, and to get on about her having someone living with her, depended whether he had a house or she had what benefit she was on. She says you don't have to give your name or anything, you can do it anonymously, but she says it might teach them a lesson if they realise, something like that. But she did give me all the information, but up to now I haven't had to use it. But if he starts coming back and doing what he was doing before, I will definitely be using it. So I'm just hoping he's gone and that things are back to normal and I can get on with mine, because I haven't done a lot of knitting lately because I've been so annoyed. And I did try to do one or two things and I just kept making mistakes. But I'm happy now, I'm back to normal. And then I did have one of my neighbours came over to see why my car had been parked on the street all day, and all my neighbours have been noticing what's been going on, so I've got a lot of witnesses to whatever I had to complain about at the council. That's one thing I was happy about. So that's my little bit for today. Thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll keep you all up to date with anything else that happens on my part of the estate. So bye for now.